that noted genius, Douglas Ducote, while old Dougie has diagnosed Joe Biden as being mentally defective. Yeah, that's what Dougie says. Old Biden is mentally defective. So I thought, just for shits and giggles, that we'd diagnose Douglas Ducote and see if he's mentally deficient. You see, Douglas Ducote voted for a guy that said to inject disinfectant as a cure for the COVID. Injecting disinfectant as a cure for the COVID. That's who Dougie voted for. So immediately, that brings into question Douglas Ducote's judgment. Apparently, Dougie doesn't have any discernment. Dougie doesn't know what discernment is, but nevertheless. But yeah, Dougie voted for that guy. And Dougie lies all the time. Just like his orange shit stained hero. They lie all the time. And in Douglas Ducote's case, he just parrots what he hears, and he doesn't stop and check to see if what he's repeating is the truth. And there we get back to Dougie's judgment, because you got to really stop and think. A reasonable adult human being would be expected to have some discernment, that they could hear something and think, that doesn't quite sound right, like injecting disinfectant as a cure for the COVID. You see, a rational, sane adult would hear that and say, whoever would say something like that is probably got a whole laundry list of freaking mental problems. But, Trumpo said it with a straight face. He looked over and said, oh, yeah, I hear you're testing that. Huh? And that's who Douglas Ducote voted for? Huh? And Dougie wants us to believe his diagnosis of Joe Biden being mentally defective. You see, old Dougie omits. That means leave out to you, Douglas. Douglas Ducote omits facts. Like his side killed a police officer on January the 6th and wounded another 140 of them. One of them lost his eye. A couple of them committed suicide afterwards. But Dougie will post something about some black lady police officer that he's all on her side. That it was such a shame that black lady police officer got killed. But Dougie doesn't want to mention his side killing a police officer. Which goes back to judgment. Because you would expect the sane, rational adult to look at that, look at the facts, and think, something doesn't smell right. Because Dougie has a lack of discernment. And that could be pushed off on Douglas Cody's just being stupid, which I'm sure he's stupid, but he's got a lack of discernment. And he's got a lack of empathy. Because Dougie likes other people to be hurt. Like those Capitol rioters that were inside the Capitol, and one of them would say, Nancy, where are you? We're looking for you, Nancy. Like, yeah. Well, why would they be looking for Nancy? Oh, yeah, because if they had a guy there, they'd have killed her. But Dougie don't see anything wrong with that. No, he don't see anything wrong with that. So we got a question. We really got to question the mental status of Douglas Ducote. Because, he's quick to diagnose Joe Biden with mental limitations. But Dougie's got those mental limitations and he can't see them. But rest assured, Dougie, other people can see it in you. See, the rest of us see it in you, Dougie, that you're not well. You're not a sane, rational adult, that you can believe the big lie that was pushed around that ended up with the death of a police officer and 140 police officers injured. And yet you will post something about a black lady police officer dying and say, oh, it's such a shame. But you don't show any shame for your side killing Officer Brian Sicknick. Huh, Dougie? So yeah, we can diagnose Douglas Ducote with mental deficiencies, and a lot of it's probably just being stupid because he don't know any fucking better. But yeah, you have to keep your mouth off Joe Biden, Douglas Ducote. It's not like he's awake at 2 a.m. rage tweeting or insulting the Gold Star family. Yeah, he ain't done none of that shit, Dougie. And you're worried about who's got the nuclear codes. No, Dougie. You're fucking mentally deficient. Yeah, Dougie, you. Because a rational, sane adult can look at the facts and say, that ain't right. But you look at it, Dougie, the killing of Officer Brian Sicknick, you look at that and say, well, I'm not going to pay attention to that. And if I didn't pay attention to that, well, it didn't happen. That's what you're thinking, isn't it, Dougie? Oh, it didn't happen because you're not going to talk about it. Yeah, fuck you, Douglas Ducote, you sorry bastard. Sorry fucking bastard, Douglas Ducote. Fuck you, bitch.